Hi, this is Jill from Fabric Garden, and today we're going to continue on some demonstrations for quick to make gifts for people. These could be for holiday or for any time of the year. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite patterns, and it's called Natalie's Napkins. And these are lined napkins, and you can make them in luncheon size or dinner size. And the pattern has fabric requirements from just 1 napkin all the way up to 8 napkins. But of course, we could calculate how to do more. I brought from home my napkins that I use during the fall season. Do note these napkins, I made these about 8 years ago, so you won't be able to find this fabric here in the shop. But I love the feel that having a lined napkin gives you. The weight is right, the feel is right, they lay on the lap without falling off, and they just are really nice. One of my favorite things to do with napkins, I have a little collection of different ways to fold napkins. And when the napkin is lined, you can get a lot of secondary designs as you do napkin folding. And it makes a beautiful presentation on the table. Even just a simple fold looks lovely on the table. So when you're making napkins for yourself or for someone else, the fabric choice is the focus. So you can choose for seasonal fabrics like Christmas. We've got some beautiful traditional fabric poinsettias in white or red. You could go more whimsical with the 12 Days of Christmas, or just out and out winter fun with little snowman heads. If you like more modern for just any time of the year, you could go with this kaleidoscope print. If you had someone who loved gardening, we've got a beautiful little toile that's got bunnies and strawberries and squirrels. For the music lover, you could pick a nice music print. Maybe you love the beach, and it could be fun sand dollars. And I was thinking I love strawberries for myself this summer for my back patio. I might make a traditional gingham with strawberries. I think that will be really fun to use on my back patio. So these are actually quite a quick project to make. I do recommend that because these are 2 layers of fabric that will not be quilted together, that you do pre-wash your fabric. So I give them a quick wash, and then I iron them, and then following the pattern's directions, I cut my focal fabric and I cut my secondary fabric, my lining fabric. Again, this is last year's Christmas, so don't expect to find this poinsettia in the shop, but we have other types of poinsettia fabrics this year. So once you have your squares cut, everything goes super fast. You put the 2 pieces of fabric right sides together. Now, because they're different sizes, they're going to not exactly line up, but you sew 2 sides. So you sew one side and you sew the second side, and then you turn those right sides out, and now you have your first 2 borders. And then following the pattern, you just get things folded up, and you will end up with a beautiful mitered corner. And once you've got that all folded up, you will top stitch all the way around. I think you should be able to see that on the ones I've stitched. I just do a little stitching. It's hard to see because I use a matching thread, because sometimes I don't sew real straight. So if I match, nobody can see. And you've got your napkins done. It is so fast. The other things you should consider when you are putting your fabrics together is that because these are going to get washed over and over again, and sometimes cotton fabrics will go through another shrink, is that you want to line up the grains of the fabric. So fabric has a length of grain and a width of grain. The length of grain is parallel to the selvage, and the width of grain is perpendicular to the selvage. If you've cut your squares so you don't have the selvage anymore, you can tell just by stretching your fabric. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but when I stretch it, you can see that's got some give. That's your width of grain. When I turn it the other way, I stretch it, you can see barely any give. That is your length of grain. So when you lay these two pieces together, both pieces should have their length of grain together and their width of grain together. That way, when you wash them, if there is any additional shrinkage, the shrinkage will all match and your napkins will still lie very flat. So this is fast and fun, and everyone needs napkins. And there is nothing nicer than using a cloth napkin when you're having a meal. So I hope you will come in, pick out some fun fabrics for yourself or your friends, and make some beautiful lined napkins. Thank you.